perfect. It's you two.
The only ones for the job? Huh.
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you say—
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this
Well, that's us for sure.
If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to—
Okay, so who are we looking for?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own but the problem is, they don't know the missing person's—
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete the—
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't— In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask her—
All right then, let's go! We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're—
Hello there. You look—
Oh, no, we're—
Ah, so you hear about that. To be honest, we aren't holding it. We've pretty much had it.
So, this person we're looking for, what's—
I don't know. I really—
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information. We just don't know the specific. At least that's what everyone in the village seems—
All right. Specific—
Young guy. In his early 20s, probably. Incredibly kind sort of person. I chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as—
But of course, everyone in the— There aren't many young people like him nowadays. So genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye.
Huh. All right.
It's the guests I hear.
Hi, Grandpa Ahmed.
Ah,
Could you tell us a bit
of course. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much. I don't think he would often take— And whenever someone has the village—
Wow. He seems like such a nice, but, it's okay. Well, Traveler, what do you think? I don't think so, and nobody has been able to tell it— Wait. Okay,
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right?
Yep, sure are.
I'm so glad to hear that. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vimara Village. Anyway—
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll— Is this the place?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. I was surrounded.
Alone?
Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Really? Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing village, no matter what came my way, he was so ever since he disappeared. No, none of those things.
Wow. Did he ever tell you it?
Oh, right. I didn't know whether. Look at me. The last time I talked. Come to think of it, every time always passed by really slowly.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're... The Abyss Order. Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick!
Gather!
Overruled! Let's light it up! There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Solidify!
Illusion shattered!
Gather!
There is no escape!
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up.
It was no trouble.
They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadia.
Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Wait a second. The person! It's Dainsleif!
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then.
Yep, see you. Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long...
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose? No matter. It may have... The Abyss Order is most certainly planned...
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl...
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people.
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. And you shall have them. I never... Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk. Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara Village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. It appears all we have by way of clues is...
Right! That mysterious voice she heard in her brother's
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed... I sense hesitation in your words. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. The sinner you wish to know about. His situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their name. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but He is also my kin.
Your brother?
There were 5 of them. The 5 sinners of Khan. The wise, Roptatir. The visionary, Vedderfolnir. Gold, Rhindaughter. The foul, Sertologi. And Rehir of Solnari, Rerir. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day...
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedderfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss...
They were once people of great esteem in Khanria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers. 6 of us. Together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more, so they became sinners, but also transcendent beings. Each, and when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one, indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they, of course. As I said...
So, Dane, what if...
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Dosile and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular...
Wait! Then our commission here in Vamara Village. The person who's...
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try invest... Oh, so tired. Well, let's go find Dane! Dane? Hello, Dane? Did something happen?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe...
Oh, young guy? Early
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that... memories of him.
Maybe...
No, it wasn't a dream. There, and I'm certain I've never met this person before. I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then!
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into...
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be... But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth is
What sort of truth?
that their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere. Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, come with me.
Oh, so you're going to take it?
Of course.
So you hid it way out here? Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up!
Stabilize! Gather!
Laid bare. Illusion shattered.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Stabilize!
Huh? There is no escape.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism. Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Transfix!
Gather!
Illusion shattered!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I will have order!
Laid bare!
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a...
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place. The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, just think of it as a way to divide and conquer. I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety, and that of the Eye. That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on. Hey, look at those Hilichurl. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to do. Such was the price they paid. And
Did you hear that? It sounded so gentle. Oh, this is weird. Looks like the same thing is happening over...
you see, we're both... we've reclaimed an endless... Release your tears.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered, "Sleep well, Father. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall..."
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the Hilichurls have calmed down, let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance. The Abyss Order's...
The Abyss Order? Thank you for your concern, but...
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any...
Someone's...
Huh? You know, the young guy from That's kind of the whole reason...
Ah, I do apologize. At least right now, I can't seem to recall what...
But how is that... Something's definitely not right. We just talked to... What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been... You're right.
Someone's gone.
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind...
Oh, I know who you're talking.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. Then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But, yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They could...
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's...
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's... If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the... If this person only exists... No.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone... Just like how you entered your sibling's memory. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's right. If he's someone who... But didn't Bayron just say that he's who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might have a good idea. That we pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Like, does it make...
If time was allowed to...
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That's the tell of the fake memory! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside. If the memories included the regular passage of time, like there could be overlap or something, people might start to wonder. That's why he makes sure the memories take place.
The color of the...
Oh, right! That...
Come to think of it, every time we talked, time always passed by really slowly. Even when it...
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely... Yeah, that...
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Oh, right! This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet!
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Born into... You're... Karibert Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk. suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world, after all, as you well know. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived. Extreme sorrow and pain, hope and regret coursing through your veins, and a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate, but despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the loom of fate. As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life. Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life. I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. I know Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end. Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye. I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Prince is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved. You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple, to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us. I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Looks like I was too late to see Karibert one last time. Karibert's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Eve, the Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it. You could say that. Just look at Karibert. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful, even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribert gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us. Oh, and Dane came by just now. He didn't say anything though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't wait, really? Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching, so there we were, searching away. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake, and after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Caribert. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is, and we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Caribert left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now. Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so... How's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Caribert now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important. It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right? Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye? You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Caribert said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with a picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.